Hey, I'm Carlos, board game designer, and welcome back. While we keep building Throne of Elderwing, I want to talk about another game, and about a design decision that I think is one of the best examples I've seen in other designers truly understanding their own work. This is part of my series called My Favorite Games. I'm not here to review games or give scores. What I want is to share the mechanics I find genuinely interesting, ideas from other designers that inspire me and that I think are worth understanding. This week, Brass Birmingham, one of my favorite games. And the story behind why I love it starts with the game that came before it. The designer behind Brass did something I find genuinely interesting. He first created Brass Lancashire, the original version of the game. And then, years later, he came back and created Brass Birmingham. At its core, it's the same game. You are building industrial networks, connecting cities, competing for position in an economy-driven engine, but Birmingham isn't just a reprint. It refines the original, adds a couple of new mechanics, and in one specific area solves a problem that I think was holding Lancashire back. I want to talk about that one change because it is the reason Birmingham became one of my favorite games. In Brass Lancashire, selling goods depends on a track. Every time you sell, the track goes down. When it reaches zero, you can't sell anymore. The problem is that the amount of the track decreases with each sell is random. So you plan your turn, you set up a sell action, and when you execute it, the track might drop by a small amount or it might fall off a cliff. If you are unlucky, the track hits zero before you resolve. You lost your action, you can sell, and your plan is gone. For a game with this level of strategic depth, a game where you are planning multiple turns ahead, reading the board, building towards specific moments, having a core action depend on a random outcome is a significant problem. The lack isn't a tiebreaker, it's a game breaker. One bad roll and the game can be over before you have a chance to respond. I think for a game this good, that kind of randomness in a critical mechanic is something that genuinely damaged the experience. And I think the designer knew it. In Brass Birmingham, the designer replaced the random track with a new resource, beer. To sell goods, you now need beer. You produce it, you manage it, you decide when to spend it. The randomness is gone. Selling is a decision you make with full information. You know whether you have what you need and you know what the cost will be. That's it. That's a change. One new resource and a reworked sell action. And the effect on the game is enormous. Suddenly, all the strategic depth that was already in Lancashire can actually spread itself. You are not being arbitrarily punished by a track anymore. Every bad outcome is a consequence of a decision, yours or another player's. That is what makes a great game. Not more complexity, not more systems, one target fix that removes a flaw and lets everything else work the way it was supposed to. It doesn't end there. A new version of the game, Brass Pittsburgh, has recently launched on crowdfunding. From what I can see, it follows the same philosophy. Build on what came before, carry the best ideas forward, and looks for the next thing worth improving. I haven't played it yet, but I'm watching it closely. If the designer has applied the same thinking that turned Lancashire into Birmingham, then Pittsburgh could be something very special. I'll share more once I have the chance to actually play it. I want to be honest about why I'm talking about this. This approach, creating something, finding its weaknesses, and building an improved version that solves those weaknesses, is a design philosophy I want to apply to my own game. At Lost Games, this is something we are actively thinking about. Not just launching a game and moving on, but treating each title as a starting point, something that can be refined. Brass Birmingham is one of the clearest examples I know of a designer doing exactly this. It's worth studying, not just the mechanics, but for what it says about the process. Do you enjoy games where every decision matters and the board rewards long-term thinking? Brass Birmingham is worth your time. It's a heavyweight. The first play is dense and you will make mistakes, but the depth is real and it stays interesting across many plays. If you've played Lancashire and stepped away because of the lack in the selection, go back to Birmingham. That problem is gone. The Board Game Geek link is in the description. If you played Brass Birmingham, I'm particularly curious what you think about the VR mechanic compared to Lancashire. If you haven't played Birmingham, whether the selection in Lancashire ever felt limiting. Leave a comment, and next week we are back to the Design Diary. See you then!